You can't stand with body right. Truth to the bell, trust the dice, rebels rise, hear the sound, metal echoes all around.
What's up?
Going on?
Welcome everyone once again to Metalheads Unite. We're going to have a few different guests on tonight. Looks like so.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We've had multiple people on the show before, but usually it's been like, multiple members of the same band. So, this is gonna, and I think if I remember correctly, the first time we had Halo Scars on, they were all like at their house. And I know that the one time we had Arched Fire on, they were all,
I think Kobe and Jason were together, and then Keegan and Daniel were in separate places, I think.
Yeah, I think, but
yeah, so, Arched Fire was all separate. So.
Yeah, they were all doing their own thing. So this is going to be the first time where we've had a guest bring a guest on. So
right,
yeah. So this will be kind of interesting to see how this goes.
Well, we're going to bring up Dana. You don't know Dana. Dana Horne actually was on our show before. He's from the Metal and Tats. He puts on a few shows. Him and his wife run the Metal and Tats page over on Facebook and do a really good job over there. So we've been friends with Dana for a few years now, I think. So,
yeah, a couple. Yeah,
it's been a good relationship for both of us, I think. So,
yeah,
a lot of people that follow us follow them, and same, vice versa. So,
yep, it's kind of been a little bit of a heavy metal symbiotic relationship, so it's been good. We've live streamed from hey Eduardo, what's happening? Good to see you. We've live streamed from a couple of different venues with Dana, out at the Malice Haunted Attraction out there in Belfast the first time a couple summers ago, and it was hot as balls, Jesus Christ. And then we've been at the church at 117 a few times now. And we'll let Dana talk a little bit more about that here in just a second. But yeah, man, we've hung out. We've hung out at concerts. We've just shot the shit, and we've had him on the show once before. We hung out and had a good time. So so it's worked out. Needless to say.
All right, let's bring him on and what's going on, Dana?
He's back in his mask. He's back in his mask.
Hey, Krista, how you doing?
Hey, Krista, what's happening? Krista, come get your husband. What the hell's?
Yeah, he got off of his chain again.
Yeah.
The chains come later.
That's a different podcast.
Right.
That's metal. That's Metal and Tats After Dark.
Yeah, there you go.
But there's a reason for this mask. There's a reason for this mask. Okay. I don't know if you guys can read the top.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The first actual Metal and Tats show we ever did, we had a bunch of these made for this committee we had at the time, because Psycho Ed was playing and one of their songs called Unity. So we all put our masks on during this song, Be Unified.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
So it's just kind of a memory. Plus yesterday was Halloween. So.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. So definitely works too. Are you sweaty now?
It's hot, bro. So,
hell, you only wore it for like 5 minutes, man.
It's hot in this room.
Oh, okay, all right.
Well, that's why you smoke to cool it down.
That's backwards. That's totally backwards.
Hello?
Who's that?
I'm babysitting. So.
Oh, I was about to say, I know that's not coming from my camera.
My either, man.
Okay.
Like, all the kids are all grown up.
Okay, yeah.
So as you guys know, my birthday show is a week from tomorrow night,
Yep.
and that's always the last show of the Metal and Tats year. Always. It's not a big one. Last year was a big one, but this one is just because I decided to say fuck it, I want to do it again.
What other reason do you?
So, right. So this year I'll be turning 51. Fuck you, Jason.
That expiration on that birth certificate is coming up quick.
Oh yeah. Social Security goes too, man.
You ain't that much older. You ain't that much older than me, bro.
Well, Social Security, if there's any money left for it by the time you get there. So.
Right.
Well, I mean, his Social Security number is 3. So I mean,
no, it's 5, brother. It's 5.
Oh, shit, 5.
Damn, you're right. Baldy. And before I go any further, you know that shit I did earlier on your Facebook group?
Yeah.
You know about you? About
the poll? Yeah.
I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny. But it was even funnier that 4 people have clicked in a choice on it. That's
is it
funny.
Up? Is it up to 4 now?
Yeah. That's just funny as shit, man.
Hang on. I didn't know it was up to 4.
Oh yeah. One of our mutual friends clicked on the top. Everybody else clicked on the bottom.
Oh yeah, it is 4 votes. Yeah, it is 4 votes.
Couple comments, but whatever. So this year for my birthday show, man, you know, we always check out local level bands. We've traveled, check out local level bands. Every once in a while, we find this amazing band that we have to try to push. I mean, because some of these bands, they're good at what they do and where they play. Other bands are exceptional and need to be recognized. So as you guys know, that's what we try to do.
Right.
But this year's birthday show, my birthday show, we're bringing in Valkyrie's Fire, who just signed with a record label, which
yes, they
is
did.
Awesome. And we lost Jason.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Okay, so we're bringing in Valkyrie's Fire to start the show. And you guys are going to be there live streaming again.
Yep.
I'm gonna bring Jason a hat. Don't want the lights bounce off his head. I'm sorry, brother. After Valkyrie's Fire, they open at 6:30, 30-minute set. So we got 5 bands. We got to squish them all in before 11. We're bringing back a band that played for us, and Jason, you missed. You're gonna love the shit out of these dudes, man. Bringing back a band that played for us at our actual metal and tattoo show back in July. They're called No Connection, and they're teenagers.
Right.
After that, we're bringing up a band that Chris and I saw with Halo Scars down in Chattanooga, and we got them on a show we did in Nashville, I think back in April. I think it was our 420 show, I think. And they are called Final Fairground.
Okay, yeah. They've been on a couple of your bills, a couple of the flyers that I've seen. I haven't had a chance to get to a show that they've been on yet. So,
if you like groove metal with a touch of the growls, you're gonna love the shit at Final Fairground. We love them.
Okay.
And they do have some videos on YouTube. I like their song Dirty Elephant and Little Mute. Both are good. Since we saw them, they've gone through a lineup change, but Tony is still the vocalist / guitar player. They're a 3-piece band. After them, we're bringing in our friends, Halo Scars.
Yep.
And you know, those boys have just taken off.
Yeah, they have.
But this will be their first show that they're going to be playing as a 5-piece.
Yep.
And then to close out that show, we're bringing back Symptom of the Universe, our favorite Black Sabbath tribute band. And of course, having the taco truck, your favorite, Chris, Taco Del Dragon.
Yes. Maybe.
It's in the church in Manchester. People say it's in a church.
Oh yeah.
The church at 117 is an old church, and the dude who bought it used to own a club in Nashville called 328.
Yep. I remember old
The
328.
Oh yeah. Mm. Yeah, plenty of elbows to the face there.
Yeah, it was a small place.
The church, since Steve bought it, he pretty much makes it a venue to rent. Like he does bingo tournaments, Christmas parties. He lets us do our metal shows. I got a band hooked up there to do a video shoot. But like I said, every once in a while we find a band that's exceptional and they need to push. And that band is No Connection. And they're awesome. Yes, they're teenagers. But even one of my friends in a big band in Florida, I sent him a video. He's like, these guys got potential, which is high praise. Because that man's been around the world several times in this band over the last 30 years. I'm not going to say any names because I don't know if I can. But
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
If they're waiting, are they waiting?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce to you guys No Connection.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh,
Hey,
not
how's it going?
much. Not much. How y'all doing?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah,
So we
Ooh,
got Brody,
yeah.
Noah, and William.
one of the other ones were in there a minute ago, but I don't know what happened. I guess
Bro, you might be having some trouble with some connection.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's all right. I mean, you know, we've had more than our fair share of connection issues over the years. So I mean, it happens. There, Gabriel.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Everyone's working on coming in. Brody, you hear us okay?
Yeah, I hear you guys.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. Just making sure. All right. Gabriel, Brody is in here. And we had who did we have? We had Noah and William. They dropped out for just a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noah and Will dropped out, and then Adam, our bass player, is not going to be able to make it tonight.
Okay.
So it'll just be 4 out of the 5.
Oh, hey, that's more than fine. I mean, you know, more often than not, we usually have, you know, one representative for the entire group. So I mean, you know, we invite. Hey, there you go. There you guys are.
We had a little bit of a connection issue.
Yeah, that's fine. That's no problem. So I mean, it's not, you know, it's not often we have not too often we have multiple members of a band. So I mean, the fact that 4/5 of you guys are here is more than enough.
Well,
So.
No Connection. Let me introduce you guys to the guys who run Metalheads Unite podcast. You got Jason. Wave, Jason.
I forget it. I forget it's always mirrored.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
mirrored. It's the opposite.
Okay, well, the other one is Chris. I think we met a lot.
I was at the Sling and Ink at the Pit show. I can't remember if if I was setting up everything and all that other shit. So I can't remember if we actually had a chance to talk or not at that concert. But we also are going to be at the show on Monday night, which we will get into here in just a second. So first of all, you know, welcome you guys. We're happy to have you on the show. We're glad you guys could join us. So welcome
Good to be
aboard.
here. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Pleasure.
All right. So
Show
I guess
back in
first-
July.
yeah.
That show back in July was actually No Connection's first live show.
Okay.
So
Ever?
they came to me.
Ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know
So-
Dana, you were telling us that they were having problems finding a place to play due to their age. I know you guys are all, you know, you guys are all minors, you know, as far as,
Yeah.
you know, as far as legal alcohol consumption. You guys don't have to incriminate yourself or anything like that. But so yeah, I had no idea that was your guys' first show ever. You guys had not played live anywhere.
The only time that we had ever done anything in a live situation is a couple months before that. We played for the Deliciously Nothing podcast.
Oh, okay.
Did I think
Okay.
a 20-minute set for them.
Oh yeah, you weren't there.
No.
No.
I've played before as a bassist in a band, but never as a guitarist before.
Okay.
Okay, so which are you by quote unquote trade? Are you a bassist or guitarist?
Guitarist.
Okay, all right.
But there's a lot of that going around.
There really is. Yeah, there really is. Now, I guess I've never really asked this question before because I don't play an instrument. I wish I did, but I don't. How closely do they translate? I guess I've never really even thought about it. Bass and
He'd probably be able to answer better
Basic
than I
guitar-
could.
You're basically just getting rid of like the two higher strings on the
Right.
guitar to like, then everything else is just the same.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
same instrument. It's
The
just
same tuning, same frets, all everything.
Okay.
it just
I get
has
it.
a different purpose in the music.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I just never really thought about it because like Jason said, there's we have another band who's actually, a metal and tats band, and they're kind of going through a little bit of a lineup adjustment themselves. Their original bass player's coming back. The guy who'd been playing bass is a guitar player by trade. He moved over to play bass in the interim and everything. So I guess I just never thought about it. Because like I say, I don't play anything, so I just didn't know, obviously, except for the, going from 4 to 6. If there was really anything that could get lost in translation. So
It's crazy because like
It happens a lot. It's very common.
I played bass, but it's been like 30 years, and I always like was taught to keep track with the drumming. So that's the way I always learned to play.
Yeah.
Now, No Connection was brought to my attention by another one of our bands called Chunder.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay.
And the reason I actually listened to them start off with is because Travis, the drummer for Chunder, is William's dad.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. You got a little.
That's me.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
kind of like thrust upon me, which turned out to be an awesome deal. I mean, because people send me links to bands quite a bit,
Sure.
and like I said at the beginning, times they're good at what they do and where they play. But when I heard these guys, I said, we got to get them on the July show. Just give them a chance, see how they do. And at that show, people were giving nothing but positive feedback, and I was impressed. And Krista told me, and I'm not trying to embarrass my wife at all.
Yeah, you
said
are.
the first. She always works the merch table, the metal and tats merch table. And she said the first note they hit was loud and it was kind of, I guess, on the low end side, and she jumped a little bit. So I grabbed her attention.
There you go. If it works, it works.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's what you want. That's kind of what you want. I mean, if you can grab somebody with the first note, then you're doing
Right.
something.
And so, we decided to bring back my birthday show because I want our friends in Halo Scars to check them. Because
Right.
Halo Scars is taking off. They may have a little bit of influence or be able to get them in places that we can't.
That's true, especially with them being based out there in East Tennessee. That could
Right?
certainly help.
And thanks to you and Jason, we got them hooked up this coming Monday
That's
in
right.
Murfreesboro with Ash's Rank and
Yep.
Symptom of the Universe.
Yep.
So
That's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to that. Now whoever wants to answer this question can go ahead and do that. Now, obviously, you guys are all. Dana said you guys are all in your teens. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sir.
So you don't have to call me sir. Jesus Christ. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, you don't have to call me sir. But
Chris, you want me to get you a team?
But there are days where one could be helpful. But so with you guys all being in your teens, how long has the band actually been together? I know that who's the newest member? Okay, you're the
newest member.
okay. All right, you're the newest member. But when did the band? How did the band first come about? When did you guys first?
So I remember it was my sophomore year of high school. So I'm 18 now. I'm graduated. It was my sophomore year of high school, and I thought to myself, I was like, man, I really want to start a band. And then I met a couple people, and we did it, and it didn't really work. Then my junior year, I met Will. And, I mean, I think other than me and Will and I have been doing this for 3 years together. We've been together for 3 years.
Okay.
Rocking out, making music. Our only other member that would have joined, I guess, around like our startup would have been Adam, and this October marks his 1 year. So for a good 2 years, it was just me and Will.
Okay, so you guys were just screwing around, just kind of.
Yeah,
what was happening?
Yeah, screwing around in a little room in his house because my drums were too loud to keep them at my parents' house. So they're like, absolutely not. You can't have that here. And so I was like, hey, I get it. I understand. And we just sat in Will's house, and I love to talk about this because just about every single one of our songs we've ever written started from literally us just sitting there warming up and like jamming over something that one of us just wants to jam over. We're like, one of us will just start something and then we'll go along with it. And sometimes it's just like, all right, that was a good warm up. And other times it's like, wait a minute, we could probably use that. So it is just screwing around for us most of the time. And we just find a way to make it work.
Well, I mean, you can't really argue with inspiration coming from wherever it comes from. So now, Gabriel, I want to ask you about your vocal style, because it is a very, very distinct vocal style. Now, where did you develop that?
Well, really, it comes more from just practicing over time. I remember when we started this, a lot of the vocals were a little messy, definitely hard to kind of grasp. But over time, I've kind of just developed a style of pushing out a lot, good projection on it, and just kind of having fun with it, really experimenting with different stuff all the time. Just always trying something new, seeing what sounds cool, and really just throwing out whatever I can.
Okay, so is this your first band?
This is my first band, yeah.
Done any singing anywhere in any form before?
No, not at all.
No. So then was this vocal style something you just created one day, or was it something? Did you have an idea of a sound you wanted?
I had an idea, yeah. I'd been listening to some metal with. I was strongly introduced by Brody and Will when we started hanging out, spending time around each other, and we would just listen to all kinds of cool death metal, deathcore stuff, and I loved it. And one day I just kind of tried it. I tried a shot at it, and it sounded good. So since that day, I just kind of really just tried to do what they were doing, and I guess I just kind of hit it off.
Okay, so then like no other training at all.
Yeah, no training. No.
Okay, that's actually pretty crazy, because I actually work with a guy in down here I live in Columbia, but we work in Spring Hill, and he's actually in he was in a metalcore band that just recently split up, but he's got another music project that he's working on. He sings he's just a metalcore singer, so he kind of I can't really tell you exactly who he sounds like, but I asked him one day at work, asked him like the same question, where his vocal style came from, and he's pushing 30, so he's older than you, but so he's been doing this a while. I mean, he's been in bands since he was in his teens. So
Yeah,
he's basically been in bands at this point like half of his life. So I asked him the same thing one day, the same question. He just said the same thing. He said just trial and error, and then just repetition, and then just what your vocal cords get used to, and then what you can end up projecting.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. All right, so
yeah, definitely right on the money with that. It really is just a process of figuring it out, seeing what feels good, making sure that it's like not hurting you too much or anything, and it's not like a problem for you. But it's definitely interesting to like navigate that.
Yeah. Dana, you had your hand up.
I want to put Gabe on the spot, man.
Okay.
Can you give us a sample, brother?
A sample?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I only got a minute because I'm at my house and my family's off in the other rooms. But I can try something real quick. I can do right now. I can only do like lower projection levels, but I can do lows to like. And I can push upwards as well, so I can do like a.
All right.
And this comes.
I would have ruptured a larynx or something if I would have tried that. Just then. I literally have no throat left.
It takes a lot of practice. I'll be walking around my house every now and then, and I'll just do a little or a and I'll just do it so often that I get used to the motions, and then when I'm actually performing, I'll just project that a little bit, and it's really just as simple as that.
Yeah. How many times you scared the shit out of the dog at the house?
Well, when I had a dog, I definitely scared the shit out of it.
Oh,
I probably scared the shit out of my sister more, honestly.
Okay.
Dana over here trying to get our boy grounded and shit.
Yeah, really trying to get people in trouble.
Nah, you don't have to worry about it. We're good.
Yeah, I mean it's Friday night. I mean the kids got the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And that comes from no training.
All right.
That comes from no training. So that's impressive.
Yeah. All right. So the new EP just came out in June. Tell us about how that came about. When did the writing process start? How long did the recording process take?
So the first two songs are called Humanity's End and Runaway. That was the second and third song that we ever wrote. Like those songs have been written for probably like 2 years, for about as long as Will and I have been together. Actually, all four of the songs were written before anybody else was in the band. Really, it was just Will and I who wrote the 4 songs of the EP. And then whenever we got people in the band, they just kind of added to it.
Okay, so how did it get recorded?
There was this garage at my old church that I was at the time, and we just set up my drums in that garage, set up Will microphone in front of his amp, and then he and I actually recorded together at the same time, kind of like live recording situation. And then as far as bass and vocals, I think bass we just did it digitally through a Focusrite, and then vocals again was digital through a audio interface straight into the DAW. But it was all done on GarageBand because none of us could afford an actual or like a real good DAW at the time. So it was all GarageBand, everything free.
Okay, so then this whole thing was completely DIY then.
Very much so, yeah.
Completely DIY.
Not bad. It's definitely not bad. I would not have guessed that. Would not have guessed that at all.
We were definitely harsh on it at first. We had a lot of critique just within ourselves about the EP because we were all like, man, it sounds a little funny here, it sounds a little funny there, but we got great reception from everyone that listened to it. Everyone said it sounded good, so we just went with it.
Like I literally, I'll be walking, in the hallways with my buddy in school, and he would just sing the lyrics from Addiction. Like all of a sudden, and it like caught me and Gabe like off guard. We were like so surprised, like it, like you listened to it,
Yeah.
like man, it's crazy. And that's happened more than once, believe it or not. That's crazy.
probably be like the first time you ever hear it on the radio, or in your guys' case, like the first time you heard it on Spotify or something like that, when you realize like, holy shit, this thing is real.
Yeah.
It's out there. It's there.
Yeah.
So you guys being all kind of underage, is there like a certain spot you guys go and practice, or you just kind of like swap it around, or?
Well, we practice at my house.
Yeah, Will's house. That's been the spot since basically the beginning. The very first time we ever played together was the room that they're in right now. Never changed.
Okay, so we know Will's got
room.
all right, so we know Will's got the coolest parents. All right, that's good.
We are kind of
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
his dad is Travis from Chunder, so
Yeah, so I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like
he at least knows what to expect. Yeah, so, okay.
I mean, that's probably a good thing. Is at least you got somebody that understands, the process of making music already.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're kind of
Only if it were that easy for all of us.
Well, that's true. I mean,
brother, I was 15 playing bass in the band, so I get it. Totally get it. So
yeah. I mean,
That was an interesting thing for you to say, Brody.
now come next Saturday at my birthday show. There will be the third show, and it'll also be the third time they're going to be playing with Symptom of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a band that they're going to get to be familiar with by next Saturday. They play with them in July.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
they're going to play with them Monday with Acid Rain, and they're going to play with them Saturday at the birthday show. So they're going to get real familiar with Symptom of the Universe.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I would say too, being there with Halo Scars would, if you guys got anything that you'd want to, question or anything like that, or have them check something out for you guys, those guys, like especially Jason and Kobe, those two guys are, man, they're for their trade, man, they're on top of their shit, dude. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's just like talking to like, there's a few people we talk to on here that understand business side of music, because a lot of people think, oh, it's just making music, they're out here having fun. Well, not really, because especially when you're in a DIY, because you're controlling everything. Right now you're controlling everything, no connection, because you guys don't have any representation. So a lot of people, and that's why we did the shows, because I got tired of hearing people say, oh man, these guys are, they're making music, they must be rich. Man, every I don't think there's any band that we've ever interviewed that they do this for a living. Besides Extinction AD, maybe. I think he does it. Rick does it for a living and just does odd jobs when he's at home.
Maybe. Yeah. But pretty much everyone's got a quote unquote 9 to 5 that they have to. Even the bands that we've interviewed over in Europe or wherever, I mean, everyone's working during the week and playing shows on the weekend and shit like that, and then they occasionally can get a tour lined up to where they can go out, depending how far that they're able to go. So
I mean, and that's the thing, is we try to like show people a different side of the metal world. You can go out and interview Anthrax and all these other bands to your blue in the face, and you're not going to hear anything different from
bands who've been around
they've known for over 40 years. You know what I mean? So
it can only be so original from somebody who's been doing it for so long.
Yeah. And then again, if we see somebody and they blow up, like, oh man, I remember they were on the show.
Right? Yeah.
So it's kind of cool in that sense too. So,
and there actually have been bands that have come on the show that have really, I mean, Halo Scars is a perfect example. I mean, they've gone up, they've started, where did they land? They went up to, what was it, Dana? Was it Syracuse they went to? They went to Syracuse? Yeah, they were in New York earlier this year.
Red.
Yeah.
That is pretty insane, actually.
Yes, I mean, they just entered into a collaboration with EMG, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
EMG. No. So they've just entered into collaboration with them, and the band that you guys are going to be opening for on Monday night, Ashes Rain. Actually, that's another guy, Vinny Carrion, the lead singer of that group.
Yeah.
If you guys get a chance to kind of pick his brain a little bit, same thing. Yeah, the lead guitar and the vocalist of Ashes Rain. They're with a label now, but that wasn't always the case. They were kind of in the same situation that you guys are now. Of course, Of course, obviously they're a little older, but so one of them is a computer programmer. The other is one of the other members is an IT guy. So, I mean, they've got a little bit of the background to where a lot of their music they were doing themselves too. They had a studio, so they've got recording equipment, all this stuff. So they've kind of gone through a little bit of the growing pains that you guys I'm sure are seeing right now. So when you guys get a chance on Monday night, if you get a chance to talk to them, I mean, just ask them, I don't know, whatever you guys are curious about. I'm sure Vinny would be more than willing.
That's kind of what I was saying. Like, you guys are in a great spot right now to be around a lot of guys that are kind of at that tipping point to where they could take off tomorrow. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
You're in that kind of company right now, and if you can kind of be able to take anything from those guys, man, it would probably help you guys tremendously going forward. So
yeah, we definitely are trying to consider all of that for sure. We've been working hard to make sure to get as many connections as we can.
Right.
No connection.
That's gonna be a joke forever.
Yeah.
I swear. Every time we say that word.
But that's the thing though, is that's one of those things you just got to lean into that skid and run with it though. So I mean, it is what it is. It'll take on a life of its own, but you just got to own it. I mean,
we'll put on a shirt.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's what you do, man.
See, that's a great idea. Yeah, see, there you go.
You already got the mind for it already. Look,
right, it's a terrific idea.
Well, Will's the businessman.
No connection.
All right. Well. I mean, since we're talking about it, I mean, what was the inspiration behind the band?
I mean, dude, I came up with it sitting in my bedroom in the dark at like 2:00 in the morning on my MacBook. I was just sitting there, like, thinking to myself. I was like, I need something that is. I don't even like. I had so many different drafts, and there was just something about it in my head. I just thought to myself, no connection, and I was like, that could be usable. Like that could be it. And I still remember, I took it to Will, and Will's initial reaction was like, I don't know about that. I was so defeated because I was working so hard to try to figure it out, and he was just like, "Yeah, I don't know about that," and I was like, "Come on, dude!" But eventually, I got a phone call, and he was just like, "Let's do it. Let's run with that. I like it. Let's run with it." And I was like, "All right, let's do it." And from there, we just never looked back at it. It was like, that's just us now.
That's fine. I mean, it doesn't. Like I say, it doesn't have to be anything earth shattering, or it doesn't need to be.
It had to grow on wheels, so
yeah. So I mean, that's fine.
He did.
Yeah. He had to sit there and turn it over and think about it. Yeah. Gentlemen, I know we have a little side chat going on, just like me, Chris, and the other guy had one. But I don't know.
Everybody message Dana all at once. Let's go.
That's right. I don't know if you guys keep up with it, but Halo Scars, I reached out to them, I don't know, 3.5 years ago. And we were doing a venue in Tullahoma. It was a fraternal order police building. It was just a big metal building that you could rent. Brought them in. They kicked ass. They were still kind of polishing. And then we got them on the Deliciously Nothing podcast. And then, I don't know, a year and a half ago, we took them to Florida. Got 3 shows down there. Everybody loved them. After that, they kind of took off on their own. It had nothing to do with us. It had nothing to do with them taking off. That is all on them. But since they started taking off, Halo Scars is open for Fear Factory.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they did.
Cole.
Fear Factory.
Yep.
Wasn't it Born of Osiris that was on that show with Fear Factory and Halo?
Yes.
Yes, actually it was. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
Or was it?
They've
Wait a minute.
opened for
Was it Born of Osiris or Orbit Culture? I can't remember.
Orbit
Either
Culture.
one of those is still insane.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
Orbit Culture.
Yeah,
'cause I think Kobe was telling me how cool they were that they were like sitting down at Halo Scars' booth with them. Like,
yeah,
Right?
it was Orbit Culture actually. Yes, yeah.
And
I thought
they've
it was.
opened for
I thought it was
they've
Born
opened
of
for
Osiris too.
Cold, which is one of Kobe's favorite bands.
Right.
And then what was it? September, they went to Syracuse.
I'm wanting to say it was. I'm wanting to say it was. I know it was. I know it was in the. I know it was in the last few months that they went.
August, September, and that's where they opened for August Burns Red.
And they also opened for Fear Factory once too. So.
Yeah,
he did mention Fear Factory.
Did he mention that?
Yeah, he did mention.
Yeah,
that.
dude. August Burns Red is a big one for me. My dad is a huge metalhead. But also, I grew up in church, so he's a huge Christian metalhead. So I grew up listening to tons of Christian metal groups. Like my all-time favorite band to this day is still Fit for a King. Like my first tattoo was a Fit for a King tattoo. Like, it was just like, but August Burns Red was a big one. I saw them on their 20th anniversary tour, and they're still they're just crazy awesome to see live, man.
It's funny you say that because I was kind of in that same category at one time too, and Demon Hunter was a band that I followed a lot growing up. So
yeah, I'm getting the Demon Hunter tattoo at some point in my life. I love them.
These guys, man. I seen them at a festival, and I was like, man, this is like one of my bucket list concerts right here. So.
Yeah.
Now, something I'd like to do with No Connection.
Well, you can talk about out there, dude.
If it's financially possible in the next couple of years, once they all turn legal age, I'd like to take them down to Florida. To play with some of our other Florida bands down there.
Oh yeah, get them down.
The Dudes, Rebirth, a couple other ones. Get them in the Brass Mug. That's a big venue in Tampa.
Yeah.
But it's all about the financial issue and if everybody's schedule lines up. But that's something I'd like to do with these guys.
I mean, you got Keegan's mom to write him a note so he can go.
Yeah, but Jason still had to hold his hand the whole time. Maybe there was something else. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But
it was it's so funny. Like we picked at him about that for the whole time, and I really didn't realize he was as old as he was. He's like 26 or something. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize he was that old. Because he looks like he's like 18 to 20 or something. So.
He does. He looks really young.
Which is a good thing, I guess. You don't look as old as you are.
Well,
but the cool thing when we took them down to Florida, we were staying between Orlando and Tampa in a town called Davenport.
Mm-hmm.
We all rented a house. We stayed in the same house together, so we really got to know Halo Scars. Me, Jason, Daniel, and Kagan, all as like the first tour, and our first time bringing a band on tour. So, gentlemen, if we can make this happen, we're all getting inked up when we get down.
There was a lot of stories coming off of that tour too. So
I'd love to go on a tour.
Yeah, we definitely we've all been talking about that a lot. Is we would love to be touring and making money, but enjoying it on the process. Like it's a whole thing, and we all very much want to get to that point. We're excited for it.
It's a shame that it's not like it was like when Metallica and then were coming up, because there was places that would let those guys in to play just because they played. They let them in.
Yeah.
They weren't supposed to probably, but there's a whole different time period that people didn't care about shit like that. Now it's you always got somebody in somebody else's business. So as soon as you went in there, somebody that knows you would be taking pictures and sending it to your parents or something.
Yeah.
Well,
fucking cell phones.
Yeah. See, it doesn't, because I don't understand that. Because even if it is like some place up in Nashville that's 21 and up as far as like the clientele, if you're booking a show if you're booking a show and it's like, hey, we got this band that we would like to have on the bill, and they just all happen to be 18, 19, 20, can we work that out? I mean, everyone in the venue is like got a wristband or an X on their hand anyway that's going in there. So I don't know. I've never been able to understand why a band with members who are your guys' age would be excluded from that. Because I mean,
there's a lot of clubs though that are 21 only. 21 only, so.
Well, no, but that's the thing is, no, I understand that, but like even like when we go to the church and get a show, like the last few times they're like, let's get your wristband on. I'm like, you know who I am and you know why I'm here. But I mean, I don't make a stink about it because I'm like, put a wristband. I mean, that's fine. But I mean, so even a 21 and over only bar or club in Nashville or whatever, if they're a venue that books music, I don't understand. It's like, all right, they're just here to play. They're just here to play. They're not going to do it. So, I mean, I don't know. It just, to me, it seems strange. But, I mean, thankfully, Jason was able to get you guys on, over there at the church. And then, I mean, I haven't been to this. I've never been to this venue that we're all getting together at on Monday, the Laundry Room. I don't know anything. I don't know. I know nothing about this place. So.
Well, we're definitely just as fresh as you are, but we're definitely excited. I'm excited to do a house show because it's, as far as I know, it's just going to be a little bit tighter, so it's going to be a little bit more fun.
So
we have intentionally made our set list as chunky and heavy as we can for the house show.
Oh, there you go.
So we're gonna have fun with it.
So, I mean, go ahead, Dana.
Chris and I will be there Monday night.
Oh, good. Yeah. Awesome. Because I knew you said you weren't sure if you were going to be able to make it to either show. So that's good that you're going to be able to.
We won't be able to make the Tuesday show with Ashley Frank.
Well, I mean,
I'm not. Yeah, I won't. I won't be able to make the Tuesday one, but I was more looking forward to the Monday one. But 'cause, I mean I think it's actually closer to the house. I'm not even 100% sure. I haven't really taken a look at the difference in the mileage.
Probably further, probably.
You know what? You might be right, actually, because it's actually south and east of Murfreesboro. Technically, it's on Bradyville Road. It's just, I don't even know if it's even considered Murfreesboro. I don't know. We'll take a look at it when we get there. But so yeah, interested to see how that's going to go. Now, we've kind of Brody. We've already talked about some of your musical influences. What are some of the other musical influences that we've got in the band, with Gabriel and Noah and Will? And Will, I'm pretty sure I kind of already know as far who your musical influences are to a certain extent. But, so, well, I mean, I kind of have a little bit of a hereditary guess, but, so, or Will, are your musical influences in spite of any paternal influences you may have? You going along with them, or are you going against the grain with your musical influences?
I guess it's kind of both, honestly, because
okay.
I'll listen to stuff and make something a little different out of it. Like a really good example is one of my most favorite band is After the Burial. This song called 11 divided by 26, I think. That riff and Addiction in our EP, it was heavily influenced by that intro riff to that song. Like if you listen to them both, like you can hear it, and there's some stuff that I pull structure wise and like my riffs that I write, like for Periphery for example. Like if I have a riff going and I'm not sure where to take it next, I'll listen to one of their songs and kind of go off how they kind of go to the next part of the section, like a verse or maybe a chorus, just transitions and all that. But yeah, those are Those are like my big ones, Periphery and After the Burial. Like I'm very influenced by Gent.
Okay, all right. Got some genty stuff going on. Okay, doesn't surprise me because you can definitely hear that in there.
Yeah.
So,
Some of my influences have been mainly this band called Animals as Leaders. I'm going to see them
okay.
on the 23rd. I'm really looking forward to it. And then also Meshuggah.
Okay. All right.
I'm very into the darker tones in music, and I'm very into the, for lack of a better word, weirder stuff, where at first you might not be feeling it, and then it kind of grows on you. And I feel like most of the time those end up being my favorite songs that I'm not in love with at first, you know.
Oh, okay. All right. Stuff you got to listen to. Kind of. You got to get used to them after a few listens.
Yeah.
I totally get
Yeah.
that.
Who said After the Burial?
Will.
Okay, so I saw those guys open up for Parkway Drive and Killswitch Engage at War Memorial. That was probably one of my favorite concerts.
I love Killswitch Engage. That's another big one for me.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, love me some Killswitch
March
Engage.
5th, Nashville.
Yep, they are.
Oh
Actually,
yeah,
they
that's
are.
right. Yeah,
are-
Brody sent me a link
With
to
Fit
that.
for a King and Kublai Khan. I am
Yeah.
going.
Kubla
Yeah.
Khan's badass too. I've seen him a few times.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
love Kublai Khan.
Yep, March
And-
5th. That March 5th in Nashville. That's actually the opening date for that tour.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, the opening date for that tour, and actually one of the opening dates at that new venue that's being built right now, because it's up
Isn't
there
it
at the
Pinnacle?
it's up there at the Pinnacle. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
so yeah, it's going to be up there. Yeah. So all right, so Noah, how did you actually end up, joining the band? Because you said you've played in other bands before. So how did you end up, matriculating over to No Connection?
Yeah, so I was in my last band called Jersey Bird as a bassist, and I just was friends with them, and they happened to, want me to play bass for them. And then we stopped playing about 3 or 4 months before I joined No Connection, and I actually have an Instagram that I post music covers on and, guitar and drums on. And one day Brody texted me because we used to be in percussion together in 7th and 8th grade in middle school.
Okay.
So one day he reaches out to me and he says, "Hey, are you looking for a band?" And I thought, well, I'm not, really looking for a band right now, but, why not? You might as well give it a shot. I don't know what I'm missing out on. And
That's true.
I came to practice. They played me a couple songs, and it sounded like something I wanted to be a part of. And I'm very glad that I took that opportunity because I've had a lot of fun, writing and playing and practicing with these guys.
Yeah, Noah definitely he definitely fits in really well. We at first were really unsure of how it was gonna go. Even the first day, it was even just a little bit like, I wonder. But having him here seriously is just wonderful. He's great to have around. And what he was saying earlier with his interest in animals as leaders, having that weird stuff that you kind of have to listen to for a second, but then you get really into it. He definitely shows that in his music, because the parts that he's wrote so far, he'll write something and we'll all be like, what is going on? And we'll have no idea. And then we'll listen to it a few times, and then after like a month or so of figuring it out, it's just it hits so hard. Like, it hits powerful, and we just love it. Like, it hits like a truck, really.
Thank you.
All right, so
It's good.
okay, so now I know you guys have you guys known like Noah, you just said you've known Brody since middle school. Have you guys all known each other? Like, you guys all go to the...
Me and Brody were pretty... I wouldn't say we were like friends in 8th grade, but we definitely, talked during band class.
We were
definitely knew each other
acquaintances.
from that. But after I
Okay.
left band, I didn't really talk to him anymore. And then our bassist Adam, I was in another little project with him for a couple practices with someone from my old band, and I've known Adam for a couple years now. he couldn't be here tonight. But
Okay.
you know, I've known him for a couple of years. But I just met Will and Gabe, you know, a few months ago, or like 4 or 5 months ago now. Whenever I
Well,
joined.
and essentially, at some point in time, even if like Noah wasn't even in the band at the time, at some point in time, we all went to the same exact high school, even if we didn't know each other at the time.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys are all living in Murfreesboro, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
they are. I just moved to Chattanooga today, so I'm sitting in my new bedroom right now.
Okay.
It's been a fun day. Let's
Okay.
say that.
Okay. I was gonna say it does sound like you got a little bit of an echo going on. So I guess you are sitting in it, and it kind of makes sense if you're sitting in an empty room. That's kind of understandable. I was actually doing the same thing in this room right here earlier in the summer because our middle son moved out and was like, all right, I'm taking over. This is going to be my freaking broadcast studio. So it took me a while to get some shit in here. So I was going through the same thing. All right. So one thing that Brody, you just mentioned, you guys were talking about the upcoming, talking about the set list for the show coming up on Monday. Now the EP's got 4 tracks on it. So what surprises do you guys have in store for Monday? I mean, you don't have to go into any great detail, but I mean,
We just finished a song.
I think yeah. So the biggest surprise is that a song that will be in both set lists, we've just finished writing like a month ago, if that.
Okay.
And that one's funky and it's fun. But I'll say honestly, man, we picked those 4 songs for the EP because we felt like it was a good all-round experience. But like some real good, so just as like a little insider thing, I guess you could say, we have 12 original songs that we could use for these sets.
Really?
We're actually
Okay.
we're in the works of an album. We have some recording done for an album. We're working on it, trying to get it out. It's still pretty underground as far as production wise, but we're working on that. So man, honestly, I would say this. If you want to get an idea of what we might sound like, check out the EP, but it's not really a fair representation of everything we have to offer. So really, anything you're going to see in the set list could surprise you. If you've heard us on Spotify, then I feel like it's probably going to surprise quite a few people.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely shock some people.
Nice. Okay, well, good. Yeah, because I mean, we've definitely listened to the EP, so you know we do know what to expect at this point from No Connection. So all right. Well, that being said, you guys feel the stuff that's been written, you know, aside from the EP, is, like I say, because I don't know other than any of the details you just told me. So I mean, do you guys feel like this other material is in some way any sort of an evolution for you guys? Anything?
Absolutely. So even honestly, even it was an evolution for the EP because the very first song we wrote isn't even on the EP.
What happened to it?
It was just like, it was a good song. I think it's a great song. Will hates it for some reason, and I don't know why.
I don't hate it.
I don't get it because it's awesome. But it was just one of those songs that we had a bunch of different options, throwing Addiction in there, and we were like, we want to keep it to 4 songs, low profile. And like when we wrote the EP, I think we had 6 songs written at that time. So we just picked the 4 that we felt the best about to record. Because to be completely truthful, at the time we recorded, I don't know that I would have been able to record some of the stuff that I just recorded a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
So it really was more of a like, what can we do and what can we get done kind of in a timely manner.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned 6 songs, and where did the 6th song go? Because you said the first song that you wrote didn't make it for whatever reason. It was a love-hate relationship, I guess. Where was the other song?
The other song had to do with the fact that for most of the song, I'm playing a constant double bass at 200 beats a minute, and my poor little 17-year-old legs could not handle it at that time. It was not very perfected. It was very fresh when we did the EP. But you know, that one might make an appearance in the next week or two. You know.
And where did Wheel come in to blame him for this one? I'm just kidding.
Oh, dude, you want me to pull a list? I've got one somewhere.
Is this about Broken Dream?
Yes. That's
Oh man.
I don't know. It's after that song, like that was our first song ever, and like after that, like we've written like better things. Like
Definitely.
in my opinion, I've written better stuff like guitar wise after that song. I don't hate it. I mean, I don't know. It's just not my favorite.
I think the best representation of how we've evolved is so that first song is called Broken Dream. I think if you were to watch us play that song and then watch us play what I would consider to be our most refined song, which is Spit Feathers, I would say that song is our if somebody was like, okay, you got one song to show us what you got, Spit Feathers is the song we're doing.
It's absolutely
and
the best.
that's what we opened up with back in July. Got multiple compliments about it. The only thing that people said was like, you guys should have closed with that, not opened. We were like, well, but it is really cool to see, because I have an Instagram that I post stuff on, and you can just see, even if you were to compare a video of when we first wrote Broken Dream to one that I took a couple of months ago, and you put them side by side, it's like it's different. Like, you can see that the foundation that Will and I built is still there, but it's evolved even in and of itself.
Nice. Well, good. I mean, it's definitely not like you guys don't have time to to mess with this stuff. And and Will, you know what, Will, you never know. Somewhere down the line, you could always like remix it. You could always, rewrite it, and you may even come up with a riff you like better. You never know. So
I haven't yet.
But let me ask you this, Will, since you do have the musician parent, do you ever feel like hovered over? I mean how hands off, hands on? I mean, do you
like with my dad?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he'll say the same thing, but like I'm like in every aspect, like music theory and technique wise, I'm better than him. So I mean, I don't. But like hover wise, I mean, I wouldn't really say hovering. He's a great supporter though.
Okay, well that's good.
And I don't ever feel like there's like that constant like eye on me. He kind of just, he's very hands off. Like he's just always there, just loving the music that we create and all that.
That's good.
And he'll be at the Monday and birthday show for sure.
Oh, see, that's good.
Yeah.
Hell, man, this might shape up to be a pretty decent show. I mean, I know the performances are going to be decent. I'm sure all of us, and Dana included, and Symptom of the Universe and Ashes Rain, I know everyone is hoping that the turnout ends up being pretty decent. Is this shaping up like it could be? So we're looking forward to that. So
well, it would be a lot better. It would be a lot better if all the people that I know in Murfreesboro weren't already working 60-hour work weeks for Amazon.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'll tell you this: as big of a turnout as we can get, but like also as many people that are into it as we can get, because something we were really nervous about, and we almost didn't do it. In our last song in the set, it is our beast. It's like 12 and a half minutes long.
Wow.
It is our title track for our upcoming album. I mean, it's our beast is what we like to call it. It's our beast. But we attempted to do something that we didn't know if we were going to be able to pull off, and that was a Wall of Death.
Mm-hmm.
But we told ourselves, we were like, dude, even if it's one person on one side and one on the other, run at each other, we're calling it a win. And you know what? I think we had like maybe 3 people on each side, and we were all giddy about it. We
Oh,
were
yeah.
just like, we did it. Let's go.
Yeah, it counts.
And
Yeah,
that
it,
was-
it absolutely
counts.
counts. Absolutely
And
counts.
that was
Yeah.
the first wall.
Yeah,
That was the first wall deck we had at any of our shows ever.
Yeah, I know Dana was excited about that. So
Yeah. I was astonished when I found that out.
yeah, I can't be a part of that stuff. I have to be an observer from a distance with the back issues I've got going on. So, but yeah, you guys can get that shit set up on Monday. You know, I'll do everything I can to help, but I'm not going to be.
You get encouraged from the side.
That's right, because
You're not
Dude,
getting
yeah,
well,
'cause
we were
yeah,
we were
I'll be at the show.
practicing-
I'll be at the show on Monday, but I also have to work on Tuesdays.
yeah.
we were practicing. So we practice once a week for like 3 hours a day. So every Tuesday afternoon we meet up, practice for like 3 hours, and that's our practice for the week. And this last practice, we were running through the set. We were just talking about it, and I told Adam, I just told everybody who's going to be in front of me, I was like, point at people and like make like just be like move like point people out if you have to, and just interact with them, because that's our big thing that we're trying to get a hold of, is how we can be more interactive.
Yeah.
That's actually
Step out into the crowd. Step out into the crowd. Play in the.
All right, Gabe, we already suggested it, and Gabe was like, I don't know about that, guys.
See, the thing for me is that idea sounds wonderful, but I weigh about 120 pounds, and I will be beaten to a pulp, and I'm terrified of that thought.
I would actually say that's probably a pretty.
Yeah, do I have to do it? Jeez.
Gabe, that's actually probably a pretty rational outlook, but you know,
So we're doing the wall of death, and Gabe's on one side, and I'm on the other, right? That's what we're doing.
Yes,
Gabe's gonna die.
I will support that, and I will record that.
Yeah, it's all fun and games until some big old dude looks at me dead in the eyes and is like, "I'm going for you,"
Yeah, my dad,
and then it's
if my
not fun
dad's
anymore.
On the other side of that, you're gone, Gabe.
Yeah.
I actually stopped doing
He's a big guy.
Yeah, I actually stopped doing a lot of those like that a long time ago, because I've been a bodybuilder for since I was 15 probably. So I've always been a pretty big guy. So, you know, I'm probably 220, 230 at the time. The last time I probably actually went to a mosh pit. And I don't know my own strength a lot of times. So when I'm hitting people, I'm like knocking people three people, you know, 3 rows deep when I'm hitting them. I'm just like, I got to quit doing this shit, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So
Hurt people.
well, I wasn't trying to. That's the thing, is I just didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, where'd that guy go? Oh fuck, he's way over there.
that guy's nose is bleeding.
Don't get me wrong, there's a lot bigger guys than me in there too. So I mean, it's just
That's true.
They just had a little bit more finesse than I did, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah,
Well, your wrestler comes out sometimes too. So.
Well, that's true too. So it's,
Yeah, I remember it was crazy. I think it was either at the it was either the Fit for a King show that I went to last October, or the August Burns Red 20th show that I went to. But by the end of the night, me and my dad were leaving the venue, and there was a guy sitting in the back, blood pouring out of both of his nostrils. His jeans were ripped from the hip down to his ankles, just ripped all the way down the front. And me and my dad just kind of eyeballed each other and kept walking. We were like, that guy had a rough night. That was rough.
It's crazy, because like I've been to a lot of shows, but like the worst like show that I remember being to as far as being mosh pit was surprisingly it was Korn. Like for some reason, like that thing was just wild, dude. I was just like, man, I can't believe these people were getting that crazy with Korn, because I've been to Slipknot and
Probably should.
War and all kind of shit. Like really,
Yeah,
like,
Lamb of
like
God,
Korn?
Slayer. Yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah, Lamb of God pit would be crazy.
And then I think me and Chris seen a guy at Machine Head in Alabama come back with his head busted wide open.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
That was
And
crazy.
the funny thing is that wasn't that was far from the biggest venue I've ever been in. But I mean,
right. It was rowdy.
but I mean, it was a super duper intense crowd, and I'm wanting to, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it that guy that Rob called out because he had like Mosher tattooed across his abdomen? Wasn't it that guy?
It may have been. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he did come through with a no shirt on, but I didn't pay attention. So.
Yeah, because he actually like stopped the show. He actually like during one of his little monologues in between sets, he actually like pointed dude out in the mosh pit. I think he had like Mosher tattooed across his abdomen. I think it was that guy. He was all busted open and everything else. But of course, that guy has memories, and even the guy Brody talked about. I mean, that dude's got memories, memories forever, good, bad, or otherwise.
He's,
So, I mean,
he's probably
that
dude's buying nosebleed seats the rest of his life. So.
Well, yeah. He's buying anti-nosebleed seats is what he's buying.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean, I guess you could still get kneed in the face when you're in the seats. So, excuse me, someone coming by you still catch a knee in the face. I guess you could if you don't stand up, but
yeah.
Or get kicked from somebody, or get kicked in the face with somebody crowd surfing.
Well, yeah,
that's guy butt licked on my face one time.
What?
That was fun. My face was salty the entire night. Man.
What happened? I'm sorry. Say it again. What happened?
It happened at the basement east. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And we were trying to help crowd surf this guy, and like I was in a terrible position. I was between this guy's legs trying to hold him up, and then nobody else was behind me, and I was practically all by myself trying to hold this guy up. And whenever he, started coming more towards my way, just straight up dropped ass first into my face. And oh man, dude, I just started spitting like just the rest of the night because my face was so salty. I was like,
oh man,
I had a moment like that at one of the shows I was at, like where people just like we would turn around and people were just not holding up while they were trying to crowd surf. And we had this big 250, 260-pound guy coming, and me and my dad are like, no way is this happening right now. And he gets dropped on top of us, and I didn't realize what happened, but I look over. This guy landed on my dad's thumb, knocked it out of place. I watched my dad pop his thumb back in place, punch the guy in the face, and he looked at me and he was like, I'm going to the back. Good luck. And I was like, all right. I was like, all right, fair enough.
He said good luck.
I think that was in a Bleed From Within pit. That was insane.
So no connection. I have a question. After November, my birthday show, do you guys have anything planned for 2025?
Nothing like show wise. So I have a really good friend who actually I just recently reconnected with today with moving back to this area, who can get us into some spots here in Chattanooga, like the Dark Roast and stuff like that. But as far as live shows go, we don't have anything planned. Our main goal for 2025 is our debut album. I guess our first album.
Yeah, first LP.
Krista,
sure.
Yeah.
Krista, my wife and I have been talking. I mentioned it to Chris and Jason. Couple times. There's a place here in Manchester. It's an outdoor park. They have a small amphitheater. And something I've been thinking about for a couple of years. I want to put on Manchester Metal Fest. A one-day show. Bring in a bunch of bands, like local level bands, to do that show. And if we can pull it off, you
still there, Dana?
2025. Off you guys on. It's all about.
I think Dana's having some. Dana, I think you're having some connectivity issues there, bud.
Yeah. Keep losing it, buddy. So that's what we're planning for 2025 is Manchester Metal Fest. One show next year. And that's what we plan on doing. and hopefully we can get you guys on that.
Dude, yeah, I'll tell you, man.
Awesome.
We will, as long as we can we can schedule it out and we can make sure that we can all do it. We're down. I mean, we're at that point where we're like, we've wrote the music, and we're doing what we can in our free time to get it recorded and whatnot. But like, dude, we're ready to just get out there and play and lit. Because my favorite thing to see, even like what we've had people who have just come to practices before, and they'll just sit across the room and watch us practice, and like the surprised expression on their face, it always gets me a little bit. It's like, I don't know, it's just interesting to see something that you work so hard on, to see somebody like enjoying it, I guess. And it's like it makes me hopeful, and it makes me like happy to work more and work harder to make it better. But it's just one of those things that it's like you're like, we're on our way, like we're doing it, and like, let's just keep pushing harder. So I mean, definitely anything we can get, we will go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, hell, the whole festival sounds like a good idea. Yeah, Dana, we've talked about it before. I mean, I definitely think it's something that could work, and because you got the one out there in Jackson that they've done for a few years now. So I mean, having one in Middle Tennessee, like, say, well, I would hope it wouldn't be in the middle of summer, because I mean, I can't, I hate it when it's hot. But you probably also wouldn't want to have it too close to the one out there in Jackson either. So I don't know what kind of timeline were you thinking on this? I don't remember if we've ever talked about a timeline for the other one, Dana.
I would like to do like the end of June, beginning of July. So right in the peak heat of the season.
Yeah. Fucking.
Because in Manchester, we got Bonnaroo beginning of June, so we have to schedule around Bonnaroo.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah,
even if he did do it in like September, October, it's still like, he's on the opposite side of Tennessee than Jackson. So I mean,
that's true.
It probably wouldn't hurt too bad.
That's true. Yeah, because I would rather it not be 110 degrees in the shade. So I mean, I don't know about anybody else. I'm sure for you guys playing instruments, it's probably even worse up there on stage.
Oh boy,
Oh,
it's a whole process. Even in a hot room with 5 sweaty dudes just sitting there doing all their stuff. It's such a, oh my gosh, it gets so hot. It's a pain.
Especially when it's humid.
Well, Chris, you won't have to worry because there's no shade in that park, so you won't have to worry.
That is true. I actually have been to that park, and you're right. Where that amphitheater is, yeah, it's wide open. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Gonna lose some weight that day.
Yeah, sweat it off.
You definitely would have to stay hydrated at that one.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
But I mean, like I said, I've seen the park, and I mean, it is a wide open space, but it also is at the same time, it's a wide open space. So, I mean, there would be enough space for merch tents and food, merch tents and food and stuff like that, and definitely be plenty of places for people to do like they do at the one in Jackson and bring their own chairs. So space wouldn't be an issue. So that's actually kind of a positive about that park. So, and Manchester's really not far for any of us. I mean, even for, either coming up or going down 24. So, I mean, it's definitely wouldn't be a bad drive. And we would definitely have plenty of time to do advertising and promotion for it too. So, so I think it's something. I think it's something that I definitely think it's a good idea, man, and it definitely sounds feasible. I mean, Dana, you definitely know enough bands.
Yeah.
I still think Dana's having connectivity issues, but
I wouldn't doubt it. So.
Wouldn't want to sit there with dead air trying to wait for the He's kind of lagging a little bit over there, so.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah.
Gotta make its way back.
All right, well,
birthday show.
Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's back. All right.
There we go.
All right, so at my birthday show, No Connection will be going on at 7:15. Church at 117. $10 to get in. 5 bands. It'll be a hell of a show, man.
It is going to be a hell of a show. The show. So November 9th at the church in 117 in Manchester, and then this coming Monday at the Laundry Room in Murfreesboro. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go. We're gonna have Ashes, Rain, Symptom of the Universe, and our guest tonight, No Connection, are gonna be on that bill. And then I can't remember. Ashes, Rain is gonna be in Nashville on Tuesday with Deface the Dream, and I can't remember who else.
That's it.
Oh, so it is just Deface the Dream?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I saw
yeah.
their post about it, and I reached out to them. I messaged Vinny, and I saw he had like a Facebook post looking for somebody, and I texted him. I was like, "Yo, dude, No Connection could swing that. We would totally do it." And then I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think with the venue being 21 plus, it was like
Probably.
I don't remember if he ever got a response. I don't know if it was just he didn't get a response from the venue guys, or if they said no, or what it was, but I just didn't think it was going to end up working out.
It's the venue.
Yeah, it probably is the venue. Yeah. I mean,
That's the problem we're having is getting these guys on shows because they're all under 21, and a couple of them are under 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
who's under 18?
I think Will and Adam, they're
Yeah,
17.
In January, I'll be 18.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys.
Adam,
I don't got one more year left.
he just turned 17, so he's
Wow.
young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was actually literally just gonna say you guys have only got a couple more years to wait until you guys have to can get past that bullshit at the bars. But never mind, I take that shit back. Never mind.
We're almost there.
If
We're
you're
almost
sneaky
there.
enough, you can get past them.
I have a couple more years. I'm going to be 19 in a month.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, yeah, you guys got a little bit longer than I thought, but which does suck. But thankfully we do have venues like the church, and and the Laundry Room, and even if Dana can get that festival together, it won't be an issue there either. So
Sure.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you guys. Too. If you guys aren't following us on our Facebook group or page, just follow us over there, and then or get a group membership. You can post whatever you guys got coming up on there too. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any of the bands that and same thing with Metal and Tats. Dana. We both, all three of us. That's what we made these groups for. I mean, obviously for the fans to interact, but I mean, all these bands that come over, whether it be to Dana's group or to our group, absolutely feel free to post anything. Shows like even the show coming up on Monday, maybe. I mean, the deadline will be tight, of course, but yeah, absolutely. Come on by and feel free.
I think Vinny's been posting it over there though. So
he has.
It's not like it's,
yeah, he has. But yeah, if you guys join,
I'm just saying for future for their album and all that.
Absolutely.
Want to have an extra outlet? I mean, feel free to use that.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
And if you guys have a podcast, or if you have not. Poll I put up on there today. You need to check it out.
Yeah, Dana, you're still having a rough time there, bud.
Max Headrooming over there.
Yeah.
They don't know who that is. Probably.
Yeah, no, probably only
Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Hey, I know who that is. Come on.
Oh, do you?
All right. Okay. All right.
I do.
Okay.
Oh, I got you there.
You did. You absolutely did. All right. So, Dana, what were you saying, Dana?
I was saying to No Connection that if they haven't joined the Metalheads Unite podcast, they need to. But if they have, like I know Brody has, there's a poll on there you guys should answer.
He's not going to let this shit go.
Oh, no.
God, he's not gonna let this shit go.
Well, I mean, I am the admin. I can delete it. So
That's true. Of course, we both are. I mean, but
right.
what fun would that be? So.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Of course, at the same time, if there is a wall of death at the show on Monday, you might see Dana going flying across the room like a javelin. Also, so.
Hell yes. Hell yes. No doubt.
What the? Be like, what the? He's over there now.
From stage dive to skydiving in here.
That's right.
Wait,
Yeah.
this old man is not afraid to get in the pit or crowd surf, so I'm down.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, you may not need the extra help to get up to get up there. So I mean, just potato sack him or hay bale him or however the hell you want to describe it. Jason can make it happen. I can't make it happen. Jason can. All right, fellas. Well, we won't hold you up any longer. I know it's Friday night, and Gabriel, I've seen you yawn quite a few times, so I mean,
I'm prone to yawn.
He's actually just practicing his metal vocals in silence.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, yeah. He muted his mic and didn't tell us. Okay, but no, that's fine. But
He sleeps like that too. He just
he's got
ground right there.
he's got guttural snores. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if that's the case, you don't want to get a CPAP. You don't want to get rid of that. So
that's right. Yeah.
You're probably a good 30 years away from needing a CPAP anyway.
Right.
But, hopefully. But so yeah, thank you guys again for coming on the show. It was great to get to talk to you guys, and and we look forward to touching base on Monday, and we're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to Monday, and we're looking forward to Saturday. So it's going to be it'll be an interesting week for all of us. We're looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, it's a big week. I was thinking about it the other day, man. It's just like I'm going to see Creed Friday night as well, so it's like
You're admitting
it's
to that?
crazy. Oh yeah.
I'm just playing. I'm playing.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong.
No
with Creed.
shame. No shame.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing wrong with Creed.
Hey, if there's anything I learned about bands
The
like that,
audio.
if there's anything I learned from bands like that, Dave Grohl taught me don't underestimate bands like that. So
Nope.
Yeah.
he did that Dream Widow album, dude, and I'm like, holy shit, that's Foo Fighters. It's like crazy. But yeah, those guys could probably do a lot more than they do. They just don't because that's not what that's not what got them to the dance. So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So then, no, I'm just yanking your chain. There's nothing wrong with Creed. It's like I told my daughter. My daughter's 22, and she goes. We go to a lot of shows together. Thankfully, she's a metalhead too. But I told her, I was like, you're 22. I said, you get a chance to go to a show. I said, go. If you get a chance to go, go. I mean, because there are shows. Even now in my 40s, there are shows just over the past couple of years that I'm still kicking my own ass for not going to. So like I told her, you get a chance to go to a show, go. So yeah, absolutely no shame at all in going to see Creed. There's nothing wrong with Creed. So.
Hell, my wife and daughter is at Cyndi Lauper right now. So.
There you go. Happy 71st birthday to Cyndi Lauper too, by the way. So I mean, yeah.
We wanted to go. We wanted to go to that, but here we are.
Well, I mean, it's part of, like I said, even though it's like, it may not be something that most metalheads would be like, oh, man, what the fuck are you going there for? I mean, that's part of what you grew up listening to in a sense. I mean, Creed's probably not been around a long time, but, they've probably been gone a while too. So it's probably like, you may have caught a tail end, of their career. So, and then probably you went back and now with streaming and stuff, you can go back and listen to anything. But,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But and I think, like I said, I think that's a good thing in a sense because, without that, you probably wouldn't be turned on to older bands, unless you're streaming or YouTube, go down a rabbit hole on YouTube or something. So I mean,
Yep.
sometimes it comes into play, for the positive. I don't like the payment plans that they have for bands, but that's not for me to decide. Because if it was, I'd make sure back into it. For one, if I was the CEO and clearing $10 million, the bands would get most of that because I don't need $10 million. So
yeah. For me, I know it's definitely like the Creed specific is like my dad, huge like Creed and Alter Bridge fan. So like I just grew up listening to it. So for me, even getting to go to this concert is going to be like I'm going to get to see music live that I've heard my whole life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, does he like Tremonti too? Or
he loves Tremonti.
I just seen they had a new song out. So I was like,
yep.
Cool. A lot of
so Chris and Jason.
Okay.
If you guys could go back in time, see one band that you never saw before, who would it be?
Oh, you already know.
I was about to say I know.
I was going to say the original lineup for Pantera.
I was about to say I
wish Pantera. I wish.
Yeah.
I had tickets and I had tickets and got into a car accident the same week, so I couldn't even walk on my knee. My knee got bummed up, so I couldn't walk. So I had to wind up getting rid of the tickets. So that's the one that kicks me. Yeah, I should have just went in a wheelchair. Fuck it. Because now, not knowing what the future holds, but now I'm just like, damn, I wish I'd have went to that shit.
Yeah. And for me, I don't know really for sure if there's like one band that I would go back and see, because I don't really know. But I tell you what, my answer will be that I would have, if I could go back in time, I would go to more Ozfest than I went to. That's going to be my answer.
I tell you, another one too would be Alice in Chains with Lane Staley for me, because I actually had tickets to see them twice, and he was in rehab both times, so I was kind of pissed off about that.
Oh well,
so it wasn't my fault. I was there, so
yeah,
that's very Alice in Chains.
They were actually opening up for Metallica when I seen Metallica for the first time, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." And then they was like, Metallica come out and was like, "Oh, well, they can't make it." They actually. I'm like, oh shit! So he went in. Of course, this was before social media and stuff, so we didn't know until they come out and said, "Oh, well, he went into rehab 2 days ago." What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
So, yeah. I mean, if you didn't read it in Circus or Magazine or Metal Edge magazine back then, you didn't know what was going on. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, I was privileged enough to see the original lineup of Pantera several times.
Yeah, I got to see him twice.
That answer for me would be the Ramones.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I love old school punk because back in my time, shut up, Jason.
No.
Back when I was in high school, punk and metal went together, man. It did shows together. Us metalhead and the punk guys, we all hung out together. So I was heavily influenced by old school punk.
Back when they had Stone ticket stubs, right?
Right. So to me, the Ramones is the epitome of old school punk.
Well, yeah, I would say Ramones, Misfits would all kind of be in that.
Yeah, Sex Pistols. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There. You actually brought up a pretty good point, Dana. There has been a little bit of, and me personally, I've never really cared for punk all that much, but there actually has been a little bit of like a divergence, So you're right, kind of over, I guess since probably maybe a couple 2 or 3 decades, it's probably they've kind of gone in different directions. But yeah, I mean.
Well, I mean, you got so many bands now that are matching up different. Deathcore punk or something like stuff like that out there now, and it's like just a mashup of different stuff. But it's still got kind of a punk feel to it, but it's not,
Well, if you think about old school, say like 70s punk, like the Ramones, Misfits, Sex Pistols, you can hear how they influence like the 80s thrash bands, which is something that we all love.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's
well, I mean,
that's why I want to see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, every current generation, like whatever generation, like the guys in No Connection, I mean, they're a generation behind Jason and Dana and I. Whatever generation we're currently in is always influenced to some level by the generation before it. I mean, that's just how it goes. I mean, Black Sabbath, more or less. I mean, depending on who you ask, but I mean, Black Sabbath is more or less universally created with inventing heavy metal, and that's the prevailing opinion amongst a lot of people. And hell, if they're the ones who created it, who are they influenced by? So I mean, everyone is influenced by someone. And because I mean, Korn is largely credited with creating nu metal. Who are they influenced by? So I mean, everyone is influenced by something. And there's a lot of times on the show where we'll read a news story by a band who was never really directly like I don't consider Deep Purple heavy metal, but at the time they were influencing towards the tail end of they were influencing the generation behind them. So that's where, because like even Metallica, the early part of their career, they listed Deep Purple as an influence. So even if they're not playing the exact same music, they're influenced by someone. So
I mean, just think about how many heavy metal drummers were influenced by Neil Peart. I mean,
right, absolutely.
There's one of the greatest drummers ever.
Absolutely.
Not as far as metal, but I mean, he's still one of the greatest drummers out there. So.
Yeah,
or was at this point, I guess I should say.
Yeah, well, I mean,
if you hear drummers, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you'll hear drummers in the '80s and 90s, and that's what they would say. Oh yeah, Neil Peart or Alex Van Halen, or people like that. And then you'll get people like today would be like, oh yeah, like I follow Thomas Haidt from Meshuggah, or
yeah, Dave Lombardo and Mike Portnoy, stuff like that. Yeah, so every generation has their influences, whether directly or indirectly from the music that they're playing. So
or Mario Duplantier from Gojira, that comes up a lot too. So
yep, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's a shit ton of great drummers, guitarists. I mean, they're singers. Like it wouldn't be hard to like take 1,000 bands and create 100 supergroups. I mean, easy.
No, no, it wouldn't. Well, and that's the funny thing is we see it because I mean, there are musicians who are in multiple projects just right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nuts. I mean, we talk about Dave Portnoy or Dave Portnoy. That's a completely different Mike Portnoy. Dave Portnoy is a completely different person. We talk about Mike Portnoy. We talk about Dave Lombardo. We talk about Igor. We talk about Max Cavalera all the time. I mean, John Bush is in Armor Saint. He's in Category 7 right now. So I mean, so the list goes on and on of guys who are juggling more than one really good project at a time right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, gentlemen, it's getting kind of late, so I'm going to tune out. But I will see all of you guys Monday at the Laundry Room in Murfreesboro, Saturday at my birthday show, Manchester at the church.
Absolutely.
Can't wait.
Hell yeah, dude! It's gonna be a fun week, man. It's gonna be a fun week. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.
Hell yeah.
Well,
all right, guys, we'll wrap this up for now. We'll touch base again on Monday. Like I say, once again, the guys in No Connection, thanks for coming on. It was good to
Thank you.
yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
Thanks Dana for hooking it up. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dana.
Yep. All right, guys. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you all on Monday.
All right.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Have
See
a
you
good
then.
night.
All right, take care, everybody.
Take care.
All right. Now, see that was a fun interview.
Yeah, it was people on there that we're not familiar with either because they're a younger band and we haven't really heard a lot out of them. You have, I mean, you heard them at the live show. I wasn't at that show, so I wasn't really with them, until I heard the EP.
Yep.
kind of looking forward to what they got in store. Telling what they're going to change things up. It's going to be a surprise. That's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting to see how that plays out. Which I think is great. I think a lot of bands need to, when you put yourself into what they said, I guess if you say a nutshell, then you're kind of stuck there. You know what I mean? So if you kind of create that while you're younger, going into stuff, it's kind of like Halo Scars is a prime example too. I mean, they've only had a couple of EPs, but they're still like some of the stuff that I've gotten new stuff that Kobe's done already for vocals, and I'm just like, dude, that's like so much different than what you've been doing. So I mean, it's like they're evolving before they get stuck. You know what I mean? Which is good.
Right. I mean, yeah. Good. I mean, and that's going to serve them well down the line. And even the guys in No Connection, if they're already cognizant of the fact that you can't stand still and not change, or you will kind of just that's just where you're going to end up. You're not going to go anywhere. So the fact that they're already in the process of maturing, evolving, whatever the hell you want to call it, whatever word you want to use for it, it's good that they're already aware that you just can't play the same shit over and over and over again. And one of the things that Brody said during the interview that I really liked is they're, even with as young as they are, that they're already aware that they have to kind of one thing that could help them, especially make a connection, like I say, no pun intended, is to make a connection is to actually play to and with the crowd. And for them to already have that perspective this early in this career, I think is going to be something that could definitely be beneficial for them to, in the long term for sure, but definitely in the short term while they're trying to come up and while they're playing the opening act, because you do that now and kind of create a little niche for yourself. If you become known for your crowd work and your performance, your musical performance, you kind of create, you can create an aura or a reputation for yourself that can precede you moving forward. So I also kind of like the fact that they've already got that mindset too.
All right. Again, I want to thank Dana and the guys from No Connection that were able to join us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was actually surprised we got four of the guys on. Pleasantly surprised, but
it was good. You still want to go into a little bit of the
fucking cat.
You still want to go into a little bit of what we talked about before? Or?
I mean, yeah, we can. I mean, I've got some hitting the road, and we both have our theme of the week. Basically all of the main news is down there on the bottom. Oh, yeah. So I mean, but we can do.
There's something missing when you talk about it. But for the most part, that's all locked up. So.
Yeah. Well, I think I do have, and I do kind of have one thing that we can talk about real quick that I did post at the in the Facebook group but for anybody who's not in there, that whole thing about As I Lay Dying, though, as it's scrolling across the bottom, that is wild, dude. That is bonkers. What's going on?
There's a lot to that that's not being told. It has to be. So.
Oh, well, considering that there's nobody left but the lead singer, and even the fucking tour manager said, I'm out. So I mean, there's literally
Tim's fiance, girlfriend, wife, whatever she is to him. I don't know, but I know she posted a thing.
His wife, I believe.
Yeah, she posted something that said that she didn't understand anything either. There was nothing that she knew of that was, people were making speculation that he was, threatening her and stuff like that. She said it wasn't true. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't speculate. I just kind of wait till the news comes out and report on it. I mean,
yeah,
that's all you can do at this point. I mean, we can all speculate on what happened or what's going to happen, but as far as we that goes, we're just guessing, and or opinionating, and at that point, it's not news. It's an editorial. So
Right, and
so,
and
which is 90% of the news now. But
that's true. And when it comes to something that's potentially that.
Right, you don't want to put somebody, because I mean he's already been convicted of hiring somebody to kill his ex-wife, so you don't want to put something on him that's not true.
Right. Yeah.
So I think he's dug a hole for himself enough in the past. He don't need no help. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, but the whole situation is pretty crazy, and
It's crazy.
yeah, and obviously I'm pretty sure that's something that we haven't heard. We haven't heard the last of it, but when everybody up and quits just like that, and the people who have left, they're talking about my morals have been challenged.
Right.
So I mean, who knows? But yeah, so that was, I mean, because it's like one day one guy quit, then like a 2 day, I'm quitting too, and then I'm quitting too. It's like I'm out too. It's like Jesus Christ.
3 in like the 7-8 days, and then like finally the last guitarist finally quit this week. So
yeah, it was 2 or 3 days ago that he finally just said, yeah, I gotta bow out too. So the only other thing that I had this pulled up. This one's not really down at the bottom of the screen, but I posted this over. On the Facebook group. This one came from the PRP, but I'm sure multiple outlets had it. A physical altercation between Alpha Wolf and security played out during the band's show at the Warfield in San Francisco on October 30th. According to a fan claiming to be involved in the incident, he was injured going over the rail while crowd surfing. In the below footage, there's footage available, said fan appears to have hit his head on the stage riser while going over the barricade, while also being dumped to the floor without security catching him. The band's vocalist, Laki Kyo, appeared to take issue with the guard that did not catch said concertgoer and thus intervened, grabbing at security, who then pulled Kyo off the stage. Seeing this unfold, members of the Australian metalcore band charged to the front of the stage to back up their bandmate. This all transpired amid the closing song of the set, Akudama. The fan injured in the incident stated of the matter, quote, crowd surfed at Alpha Wolf, Akudama, and security didn't even try to catch me. I hit my head on the barricade and sprained my ankle. Lockie got upset at security, and the guard decided to pull him down from the stage along with some stage lights, resulting in the end of their set and this altercation. Love you guys, end quote. So it's definitely, and I'll be completely honest, I haven't taken the time to watch the footage, but yeah, so that's kind of a little crazy, member of the band getting into a physical altercation with security. Now, like I say, I haven't watched the footage. The only thing I can say is I would probably have to know the entire context, because I don't know if there were any other crowd surfers going on, if there was more crowd surfing going on. I don't know how many security guards there were. Possibility, like I say, I haven't watched the footage yet. So just based on that, I don't know if maybe if there were multiple crowd surfers and not enough security, they didn't see him. Because I mean, the crowd is just, moving him along. And once you get to the front, you run out of people. I mean, there's nobody up there to catch you. Whether there's not enough people that just don't see you, you're just going to end up on your ass, So it's hard to say. It's hard to say who's at fault. So
while we're doing this, I seen that ticker go by, and I was just reminding me. What was the actual content for the Nightwish incidents?
I actually don't know that either. I
thought you posted it, so
I did. Wait, no, did I? Shit, I can't. Wait, did I post that? Damn, I can't remember now. I may have. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into it, because I don't. I remember seeing it. I don't remember if I posted it. But you have it at the bottom of the screen, so you saw it somewhere too. I don't know if you.
Well, I got it from.
I'm at a loss. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. I honestly don't know.
I'm actually looking down through here now, but I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, so I am not sure. Now that you've kind of asked me about it, I don't know. I really don't. Well, while you're looking for that though, I want to say a quick thank you to.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did post that.
Did I? Okay, all right.
A day ago. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Shit, my bad. Want to say a quick. Okay. All right. Want to say a quick thank you to everybody who actually joined us in the chat tonight. Eduardo and Dana's daughter Lila was in the chat, and to this super duper long username in the chat on YouTube. Also, I don't even want to begin to know how you're supposed to say
It
that.
says something about with the long name.
Yeah, with the long name. So I mean,
so they obviously know it's long.
Yeah, so it does track, but I'm not going to try to read it all. But want to say, but quick thank you to everybody who joined us in the chat, and also to Krista who let us know she was watching, and to Travis, Krista, Travis, Eduardo, and Lila, and super duper long name guy. So I'm just going to go with that. So thanks to everybody.
My aunt Myrna actually liked the podcast. I don't know if she was in long, but she was in there for minutes.
Nice. Thank you to all of you for that. So, but yeah, that was really the only news thing that I had pulled up. So,
all right, I'll run through these birthdays real quick, and then we can do the hitting the road, and then we'll
good idea.
Birthdays. I kind of went back to the 25th because I know there was a lot on that day, and we had a podcast that night, so I really didn't get to post the birthdays from that week. So
works for me.
25th to the day. So 25th, I had Alex Webster, bassist for Cannibal Corpse, Neil Phelan, vocalist and guitarist for Clutch, Glenn Tipton, guitarist for Judas Priest, and Matthias Jabs, guitarist for Scorpions. Didn't see anything for the 26th, so I went to the 27th. KK Downing, guitarist for Judas Priest and KK's Priest, of course. We had Scott Weiland, singer-songwriter for Stone Temple Pilots and Velvet Revolver. He unfortunately passed away in 2015. We had Adrian Erlandson, drummer for Cradle of Filth. Attila Dorn, vocalist for Powerwolf. October 28th, we had Gerald Jez Woodruff, session and touring keyboardist for Black Sabbath. John Regan, session and tourist bassist for Freely's Comet. He passed away in 2023. Desmond Child, songwriter for a lot of big bands back in the 80s and 90s. Bon Jovi, Aerosmith, just name a couple. Dave Weindorf, vocalist for Monster Magnet. We had Johnny Hawkins, vocalist for Nothing More. Smoke weed with Johnny Hawkins. I still can't get over that. That's funny. October 29th, we had Kevin DeBrow, vocalist for Quiet Riot. He unfortunately passed away in 2007.
Yep.
Stephen Sweet, drummer for Warrant. Rob Cavastani, guitarist for Death Angel. October 30th, we had Chris Slade, drummer for AC/DC from 89 to 94. The 31st, we had Mickey D, drummer for Motorhead and the Scorpions. Mitch Harris, guitarist for Napalm Death. And today, on November 1st, we had Rick Allen, drummer for Death.
Very nice.
I had, so I'm not sure if I missed anybody, but
not as far as I know. And I didn't have any personal birthdays this week, so
I don't think I did either.
So yeah. So moving on to hitting the road, did you have any festivals that you covered or anything?
I didn't do any of that because I didn't think that
okay,
we'd had time to go through all that. So
that's fine. That's fine. I've got I got about a page and a half that we'll rattle through real quick. So for hitting the road for the week of October 26th through the 1st of November, being today, leading off with one that I'm sure you'll probably try to go to. We got Nonpoint, Crowbot, and Heartsick, the first leg of that tour, starting January 10th in Lakewood, Ohio at the Roxy, finishing January 25th in Columbus, Ohio at the King of Clubs. They will be in Chattanooga at the Barrel House Ballroom on January 15th. Then we have the Zenith Passage, Aborted Crypta, and Organectomy going to Europe and to the UK, starting April 24th, 25 in Tilburg, Netherlands at 013, finishing May 25th in Liverpool, England at O2 Academy 2. Body Snatcher, Southpaw, and Tracheotomy have a December run planned, starting December 13th in Lancaster, Pennsylvania at Freedom Hall, finishing December 20th in Winter Park, Florida at the Conduit. Gojira has announced their 2025 European headlining shows, starting July 19th in Kalathea, Greece at Release Athens, finishing August 23rd in Budapest, Hungary at the Barba Negra. Chelsea Wolf and Uboa have Australian and New Zealand dates planned, starting May 21st in Perth, Australia at the Rechabite. Uboa won't be at that show. They'll be at the rest of the tour, which finishes May 30th in Auckland, New Zealand at the Power Station. Zetra and Moth Slut are going on a tour of the UK, which is Zetra's first headlining tour of the UK, starting January 30th in Nottingham, England at the Bodega, finishing February 8th in Manchester, England at the Yes Basement. Carcass Brujeria, who will be touring on their Juan Brujo and Pinche Peach tribute run, with Rotten Sound going to Europe starting January 15th in Antwerp in Belgium at Trix, finishing February 3rd in Oignace, France at La Métaphone. Unto Others has a North American headlining tour scheduled starting November 15th in Spokane, Washington at the Big Dipper, finishing December 13th in Los Angeles at the Knucklehead Hollywood. They will be in Memphis at Growlers on December 8th. If you remember, we talked about Unto Others getting unceremoniously kicked off of the Wasp and Armored Saint tour for whatever reason. Still not 100% sure why, but they have secured this this headlining run for themselves. So that's good that they were able to do that. Cavalera and Al Gore Mortis are going to Australia in January, starting January 17th in Sydney at Liberty Hall, finishing January 24th in Fremantle at Metropolis. Testament has some Australian dates of their own booked. June 18th in Brisbane at the Tivoli, June 20th in Sydney at the Metro, June 21st in Melbourne at the Northcote Theatre, June 22nd in Adelaide at the Governor Hindmarsh, and June 24th in Perth at the Metropolis Fremantle. The Plot in You, Holding Absence, Boundaries and Acres have a North American tour scheduled for next year, starting February 14th in Royal Oak, Michigan at the Royal Oak Music Theater, finishing Stone Cold Steve Austin Day in New York at Webster Hall. If you have to look up Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, that's on you. They will be in Nashville on March 4th at the Cannery Ballroom. Killswitch Engage, Kubla Khan, Texas, Fit for a King, and Frozen Soul have announced a spring 2025 North American tour, the tour that we talked about in the interview just a little bit ago, starting March 5th in Nashville at the Pinnacle, finishing April 12th in Portland, Maine at the Cross Insurance Arena. And whether you love them or hate them, either way, Ghost has announced their 2025 World Tour, starting April 15th in Manchester, England at the AO Arena, finishing September 24th in Mexico City, Mexico at the Palacio de los Deportes. They will be in Nashville on July 26th at Bridgestone Arena. Now that is a full-fledged world tour. Starts in April, ends in September, starts in England, ends in Mexico. Nice. That is a world tour right there. Say what you want about Ghost, that is a fucking world tour right there.
It is a world tour.
Yep. Godsmack, POD, and Drowning Pool are going to Europe and to the UK next year, starting March 22nd in Sofia, Bulgaria at the Arena Sofia, finishing April 12th in Oberhausen, Germany at the Turbinen Hall. That's all I have. Theme of the week.
I was actually
hitting the road. Sorry.
that Non-Point show is a 20 and 25th anniversary shows of their To the Pain and Statement albums. Not sure if they're playing both albums in their entirety or if they're just picking up.
No, they're supposed to be.
Okay, so that's gonna be hell because that's two of my favorite albums.
Yeah, so yes, they're supposed to be. So that'll be interesting. And I don't know if I said it or not, but that's actually just like the first leg of that tour. There will be more to come. So. But that was all I had for the road.
If there's anything that I will say about Non-Point is they are a touring band. They don't fucking mind being on the road mainly because their wives go with them. A lot of them do. So I mean, actually, Elias's daughter and wife usually do the merch for them. So I guess it's good to have them all on the road with you.
Right. Well, I mean, you can spend time with your loved ones and have them help you out too. So it's kind of a win-win situation.
All right, we will do our theme of the week real quick here. Theme of the week this week was everything and nothing.
Yep.
Should be an interesting one. I think I got 16 tracks. I'll probably wind up adding to it, but we'll
see. I have 20.
Okay, so yeah, we'll probably try to get 40. I got a couple of nothing ones if he didn't see them too. So.
Yeah.
We'll,
Well,
we'll
and there were a couple of nothing ones that I left off on purpose. So
because they said everything and nothing.
no,
Oh, okay.
nope.
Okay. Well, 'cause
But I
have
know
two.
but I know the song. I do know the songs you're talking about.
I do have two that say everything and nothing, but I was just
Yeah.
we're just gonna, you know, it's odd to have that happen with these, but you know, every once in a while it happens.
Every so often, yes.
So I got the everything side of this thing, so I'll kick this off. First one I had was Five Finger Death Punch. Remember Everything from American Capitalist in 2011. Slipknot Everything Ends from Iowa 2001. And In Flames Everything Counts from Oracle 1997. Lamb of God Everything to Nothing from Wrath 2009. And Gojira Fire is Everything from Terra Incognita 2001. I had Eyes of the Living Destroy Everything from Fear Comes Knocking 2022. Seven Dust Everything from Truth Killer 2023. All That Remains Everything Is Wrong from Victim of the New Disease 2018. We had Korn Everything I've Known from Take a Look in the Mirror 2003. Dead or DED, however you guys want to say their name. I say Dead. So Anti Everything from Misanthrope 2017. Another Destroy Everything song by our friends over at Hate Breed from Supremacy 2006. Then I had August Burns Red and Fit for a King. It's kind of funny that they mentioned those two bands, and I had this song.
I know. Yeah.
But they actually had an album where they worked together on. It was like an EP from a couple years ago. So it was August Burns Red, Fit for a King, When Everything Means Nothing, Guardians of the Past 2021. I had Dope, Everything Sucks, Felons and Revolutionaries 1999. Then I had Children of Bottom, Done with Everything, Die for Nothing, Blood Drunk 2007. I had Crossbreed, Kill Everything from KE 101 2001. And then I had Spine Shank, Everything, Everyone, Everywhere Ends from Anger, Denial, Acceptance 2012. So,
wow, Spine Shank, man.
Yeah, that's a
nice. Yeah, nice. All right. Well, for my half, I had the nothing half, and I'm leading off with a super duper ironic one, Nothing Left by As I Lay Dying off An Ocean Between Us from 2007, because there's literally fucking nothing left of the band.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of fitting.
Yeah. So we're just gonna lead off with that one. Then I had Generation Nothing by Metal Church off of the album of the same name from 2013. Then I had Nothing Remains but Chimera by their self-titled album from 2005. Then I had King Nothing by Metallica off Load from 1996. Yeah, I went with something from Load, so sue me. Square Nothing by In Flames off of Clayman from 2000. Then I had None But My Own by Machine Head off of Burn My Eyes from 1994. Then this is the song that I texted you about. You know, we were talking about Forearm.
Yeah.
Then I went with Nothing Comes From Nothing by Forearm off Pathway to Oblivion from 2023. That's such a kick-ass song. Oh my God. I was upset for a minute. I was like, there's no fucking way I'm not putting this song on here. So when you told me that they had two different playlists, I was like, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know
because it was on the other one.
Yeah, I don't know why they have two different profiles. I don't know if that was like some issue with a band member or label or whatever, but yeah, they have.
Yeah. So yeah, it's weird, but it worked out because it was on the other one. Then I had The Altar of Nothing by Zentrix off 7 Words from 2022. Then I had Silent Nothingness by Heathen off The Evolution of Chaos from 2010. Then I had Be None the Wiser by Accuser off of their self-titled album from 2020. Then I had Second to None by Destruction off of Under Attack from 2016. Then I had And Then There Were None from Exodus by Bonded by Blood from 1985. Then I had Second to None by Primal Fear off of I Will Be Gone, the EP from 2021. I Owe You Nothing by Angela Sapotrita off Hidden Evolution from 2015. Nothing Left to Mutilate by Cannibal Corpse off The Wretched Spawn from 2004. Nothing's Wrong by Devil Driver off of their self-titled debut from 2003. Leave Nothing Behind by Dustbolt off Sound and Fury from earlier this year. Patient Zero by Hammerfall off of Infected from 2011. Nothing Else Remains by Poison Black off of Lust Stained Despair from 2006. And number 20, King of Nothing by Shadows Fall off of Retribution from 2009.
No, Nothing Else Matters. Wow.
No, Nothing Else Matters. Not to say that I won't add it, but it was too obvious.
Right.
So no, Nothing Else Matters, and no Believe in Nothing by Nevermore. but those will I'll probably be adding those because even though they're ballady songs, I still like them.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
There's,
So.
you know, there's still metal bands. I mean,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
There is our Halloween playlist that we actually had a lot of people from the group pitch in on. So if you guys want to check it out, that was our Halloween 2024 playlist there. So
and yeah, thank you to everybody who submitted.
A lot of group participation on that one.
Yeah, it was a fun one to put together. But yeah, we'll get the theme of the week compiled and collaborated on, and we'll get it posted, ideally before the end of the weekend for you guys. So
probably sooner than later. So.
Oh, absolutely. I'm probably gonna work on it here in just a minute.
Also, we're usually pretty quick with it. Actually, I probably won't get to it till tomorrow because I got the granddaughter here. So
oh yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Keep her in close contact in case she wakes up scared. So
absolutely.
There is the playlist for this week's new music. So check that one out as well. Great.
Yes.
A lot of big bands on that one this week.
Mm-hmm. There's quite a few. Quite a few.
I think the biggest surprise was that Havoc EP.
That was a total surprise.
That was not on the radar for this week.
So. No, it was not. So that was a pleasant surprise to wake up to today.
I hadn't listened to all of it yet, but it's definitely going to be in there. So
oh, it's good.
Definitely going to be in the competition for the best of EPs.
It's gonna be in the running for me, absolutely, for sure, because I've listened to the whole thing twice.
Nice.
I mean, it's only like it's. I don't even think it's 20 minutes. So I mean, it's a super duper quick listen. It's.
Well, I mean, it's Havoc. It's going to be quick.
Well, no, I mean, absolutely. Yeah, just by default, it's going to be quick. But yeah, like I say, it's not even 20 minutes. And I guess since we're on the topic, I mean, we're not doing a formal, album review segment. Right. I listened to the new Havoc. Last week, I listened to the new Demos's Dawn EP. I listened to the new Hatchet EP.
That's what I'm saying. We had Hatchet last week and Havoc this week. Which is a funny joke that we have on Running with Chris.
Yeah. So it is weird how that happened.
Yeah.
And then I listened to
the stars knew, man.
Kind of, yeah. And then I listened to the new Enforced EP. So there have been some banger EPs over the last 8 days. I mean, Jesus Christ. Which is good because I totally fell flat on my ass as far as listening to EP goes.
I got 12 in my list right now. So
yesterday
I was like, I didn't realize I had that many, honestly. So.
Well, I mean, I have 19, but when you consider that a lot of them are, like I say, 20 minutes or less. I mean, I have no good reason for only having 19. I mean, I have listened to 4 the past week, but looking at my list, the last time I listened to one was in June. And I have no good excuse for having a 5-month gap. I have no good excuse because there's probably some good shit that I missed. And there's really no, right. There's probably good ones that I missed. And that's a shame. So, that's on me, but.
All right, gang, we will go through at some point this weekend, get together and we'll figure out what albums we're going to listen to put out for a album review on.
Yeah, I have started listening to one, so I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about it here in just a minute. I'm already about like halfway through it, but.
Okay, cool.
But I'll let you know what that is. But
I haven't been on driving or anything today, so I haven't gotten to listen to nothing. So.
Sure, yeah, yeah. So to do a quick recap, in case you're joining us late, first of all, you're at the end of the show. You missed everything. But quick recap to let everybody know, we did have we had our buddy Dana on, and he brought the band No Connection on. They are a local band from here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. They are going to be playing as opening act for our good friends Ash's Rain. They are going to be in the Mid-State. They're actually going to be in the Mid-State for 2 dates. Monday night, they're going to be in Murfreesboro. Tuesday night, they're going to be in Nashville. Jason and I will be at the Monday show. Jason may go to the Tuesday show. And also coming up a week from tomorrow, our buddy Dana, his birthday show is going to be at the church at 117 down in Manchester. You guys have heard us talk about that venue before. Any of our local fans, come on down. I mean, the tickets are $10 for the show in Murfreesboro. The tickets are $10 for the show in Manchester. You got 3 bands Monday night. I mean, $3.33 a band Monday night. You have 5 bands on Saturday night. You got $2 a band. You're not going to beat that anywhere. So I mean, if you're in the mid-state anywhere, I know Monday night, I know it's going to be tough for most people. I totally get it. The bands totally get it. But if you want to come see a good heavy metal show, there's one to be seen for $10. So
and come out Tuesday night. Go vote, and then come out. And
yes,
blow off some steam from voting.
Yes, definitely make sure you get out. And I don't give a fuck who you vote for. That's up to you. That's your right. That's your opinion. I'm not saying vote for X or Y. I'm not championing you vote for anybody, but just vote. Just do it. Just get out and
we
vote.
don't care. We don't care who you vote for. Just write them in. Just write them in.
Shit, I might vote for you. So
we're gonna make America metal again. Fuck everything else.
Yes, a slogan I can get behind.
My first executive order will be all heavy metal bands at the end at the Super Bowl. So,
oh hell yes. Hell, we won't even play football. We'll just have nothing but heavy metal bands at the Super Bowl. Yeah, no more, no football this year. Just nothing but
the actual game will be played on Xbox.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is going to be played during the intermission of all the heavy metal bands. And it'll be simulated on Madden. That's right.
There you go. Yeah.
And it'll be since it's going to be a simulation, the Lions are going to be in it.
I mean, hell, that may not be too far fetched, honestly.
I was about to say, I'm keeping my fingers crossed the Lions finally pull their heads out of their asses and actually physically make the Super Bowl. They were 30 minutes away last year, so hopefully they won't. Hopefully they can do it this year. But they are playing ridiculously well right now.
They have the Vikings coming up though.
No, they beat the Vikings last week. We're playing the Packers this week. No, I'm sorry.
I knew that game was happening.
No, I'm sorry. Minnesota 2 weeks ago, the Titans last week, Packers this week.
Okay, gotcha.
That's right.
So the Lions gave Minnesota their first loss then, I guess?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yes. But yeah, Detroit, I mean, the Lions are playing ridiculously well right now. So, I mean, I don't expect them to go 16-1. I mean, the NFL is just too good of a league for that. But they're just playing super well right now. I'm happy about that. So
I don't even at this point. Unfortunately, I'm a Cowboys fan. It's not because I say unfortunately because of the fucking fans that we have is just horrible. For one, they lose one game and they're wanting to fire somebody. So
fire everybody, sell the team, and
I always hate that stuff. It's like why.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's strange when any fan base does that. It's like, I just don't understand that. But
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, so we will be back. We have secured a guest for the 16th.
Oh, sorry, I need to backtrack a little bit. I have a special guest coming on next week. That I haven't even told you about. So there you go.
Oh shit! All right. Yeah.
So
nice. Okay.
It's I actually lined up a friend of mine. He's a veteran, a military veteran, and I thought it would be appropriate to have him come on the Friday before Veterans Day. So he's going.
Oh, nice.
I'm talking about he just has a new band. He just they are a hard rock band, kind of in the lines of Godsmack. I always kind of compare those guys to them. So.
Okay,
so it's definitely not heavy metal, but hard rock.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's the closest I can get for Veterans Day, and that's kind of something I wanted to do. So
no, dude,
I've been
awesome.
I've been talking to him about it for like a month or so, and he was kind of like, "Well, I don't know." He's like, got a promotion at work, and he was kind of worried about it was going to, how that was going to affect everything, and so it actually worked out. So it's
Well,
good that it worked out. So,
well, good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. So then we have guests the next 2 weeks. So this coming Friday and the Saturday after, because we have, I'm not going to tell you who, and I'm not even going to tell you where from, but we do have. Well, I will say that they're a European guest.
yeah, so it'll be a special Saturday show. So.
It'll be a Saturday show, not this coming week, but the weekend after.
Right.
So obviously we'll tell you guys about that multiple times between now and then.
Or follow the page and the group if you want to know more.
Also true. And then, follow us on all of our socials and everything. Email us, listen to our 24/7 live radio station, man. Follow us, listen to us, enjoy us. But that's good to know. So we got guests lined up for the next 2 weeks.
I forgot all about that. You just said something. Oh, shit, I forgot to tell them about that. So
yeah. Oh, you did make a banner. You did make a banner. You did make a socials banner. Nice.
Yeah. Chris kept saying, "Oh man, I can't." Is that all of them? I was like, you know what? I get tired of thinking too, so I was just like, we're just gonna put it all on there. And
actually, you know what? You're missing TikTok.
Oh well, I am. So I will fix that. I'll fix that when we get off here. Then. So,
yes, that's fine. But yeah, no, that definitely does help. But so that's cool. Well, wait. Now hold on. Wait, no. Last week we had a guest.
Mm-hmm.
This week we had a guest. So we have officially started another streak. So
it'd be 4 weeks in a row.
4 weeks in a row. So man, that sucks because the 18th we didn't have one, but then the week before that we did. So man,
yeah, I missed that 1 week.
Yeah, we did. We missed the 1 week. But that's all right though, because we've started another streak. So hopefully we can keep that sucker rolling. That would be great if we kept it rolling all the way through the break we're going to take before the year-end show. So that would be cool. That'd be something we could.
The crazy thing is we've already surpassed last year's guests. So.
Oh, I'm sure we have. I'm sure.
Too, but still.
Yeah. And that's still more.
Better. All I ever want to do is better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, of course, if I get to 52, I can't do any better. But
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I don't foresee us getting to that point.
No, I don't either. But I mean, still,
there would have to be a list of bands that would be boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? It had to be like, boom, 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 boom. That we could, and then of course, sometimes we have to take off for various reasons. So
yeah. Yes. Yeah. So
it'll probably never be, but I don't know how I would get 52 on a shirt anyway. So
right. Yeah. It'd have to be a big shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, a almost unwearable size shirt.
It would
just stupid big, but yeah.
All right, gang. Thanks for joining us on the episode tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. We will have it cut up and put up on Spotify as soon as possible. I still have one more to do before this one. So
yep.
So a little behind. So I got to catch up before I get too many behind.
Yeah. Yep. So thanks for joining us on the program. Thanks again to No Connection and Dana Horne for joining us again, but thanks for No Connection coming on. If you guys are in the area, come hang out with us on Monday. Yeah. Come hang out with us on Monday. Come hang out with us on Saturday. It's going to be fun, and hell, we'd love to meet anybody who comes out.
Okay. That being said, hopefully we will see you back here next Friday, same time, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, with another guest. And like I said earlier, so hopefully that'll be a good one.
Yep. So
we will see you then. Till then, keep those horns held high. Jump in that pit.
Have a great week, you guys. Thank you very much.